Oh man, the weather outside in Georgia is just awesome lately, which is great. I think that we finally broke in our winter, which means that painting outside should be a pleasant experience again, and not only for myself, but also for the blasters. So I got this. This is a Stryfe for a commission for a repeat client, which is just always an absolute pleasure making blasters for people who you've made blasters for in the past. And he has a very specific paint scheme that he wants, and now that it's warm outside, this should be a breeze to just kind of crank one out for him. So I'm going to break this down, strip all the parts, start working on the internals, and then I'll start prepping it for paint. Oh, hello there. Well, I use Duplicolor vinyl and fabric dye, so this is the vinyl dye that everybody hears so much about as a base coat for some of my paint jobs. It really depends on what kind of paint I'm putting on top of it, so since I'm not actually doing a top coat of Krylon Fusion for plastic, which is what I like to use on blasters, I prefer to put down a base coat of this. It's thin, it dries quick, and it comes in a variety of colors, but the black stuff is super duper cheap. So I'm going to let this dry, make sure I get all of the nooks and crannies, and then we'll start working on the top coat. So the Quasar at this point has been almost completely painted and rewired. You can see that I still have some test leads in here because it's super duper important to me as I'm putting things back together to make sure that the polarity is right. So after you've re-soldered the battery connectors with a heavier gauge wire, it's important to come in and just test and make sure that it's going through the right way, and actually yanked the lead off when the dart hit the wire, but it definitely went through the system correctly, so the leads are correct, and we know that this one's ready to lock down and put back into place. Again, I've done RM2 motors on this one because they're just awesome, and it was really, really easy. So that's been rewired, this has been rewired, everything's clean, and should be really, really nice. So I'm going to finish putting back the internals, and then I'll grease those up, close it up, detail the other side, and we should be ready for a final segment. So this is it. It is the finished Quasar blaster. It's not a very exciting blaster from a mod perspective on my channel. I've done a lot of Stryfes now, but I think that it looks really great. I think that this Automotive paint is really, really interesting. The Automotive paint has a great finish and a really cool metallic sheen to it. So when you do the silver enamel on top of it, it's just really, really sweet. And so I tried to do as much light silver detailing as I could. I flooded just a tiny bit on that lightning bolt, which really bugs me, but like down to the little details, like the access door is silver. And between the blue, the orange, and the silver, it just looks really, really nice. I'm very pleased with how it turned out, and for a repeat customer, it's always nice to go that extra mile. So I think there's 5 darts, yeah, 5 elites in this clip. It's really humming. I've got it running on a couple of IMRs right now, but it's very, very sweet. And there's no real drop as you're just kind of running through those, so that is very, very exciting. But that is the Quasar blaster, named Quasar because of the color of Automotive paint it uses, and I'll get this sent out to you very soon, Greg. Thanks for the repeat business, everybody else. I hope that you liked this one. It kind of showcases just a different paint on the channel, I guess, which is pretty neat, and it was just a fun blaster to make. I really like doing just quick, clean repaints, internal overhauls, and then sending them out to new homes. I hope that you guys enjoyed it.